everybody. Once again, you are welcome to my YouTube channel, and in today's video we are going to be talking about accident casualty analysis, and I'm going to be teaching you how this project was being done, what we aim to achieve in this project, and what we actually achieve in this project. As you can see, this is already a dashboard already completed, but we are going to be starting this from the scratch, and I'm going to be telling you what the company actually need and what the company really want to achieve. You can see we have a total casualty and we have the factor. You can see the type of the accident. We have factor accident, we have serious accident, we have slight accident, and also we have the percentage of inch, and then we have casualty by month and year, which is 2021 and 2022. We also have casualty by road type. How does it happen? Is it by single carriageway? Is it by dual carriageway? Is it by roundabout, one-way street, slippery road? These are the things we are going to be talking about. And also casualty by vehicle type. We are going to be looking at the area. Is it by bus? Is it by bicycle? Is it by van? How does this accident actually happen? So many things to discuss in this project, and so many things to learn. Just stay tuned, please. If you find this video interesting and you find the video useful, please subscribe to this channel and click on the bell so you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. So I'm going to also provide the data set for you to follow along. We can start our journey as we take the ride together. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open a new Power BI, and which I've already opened. I have my Power BI open already, and this is my Power BI, and I'm going to start from the blank report. Our report. So I'm going to click on the blank report, and from the blank report I can actually choose my data based on the data I have available. If I have a data from SQL, I'm going to click here, and if I want to paste a data into blank table, I'm going to use this. And if I want to use a sample data from Microsoft Power BI, I can as well click here. And if probably any of this does not really solve how to import my data, I can just get my data from other source, which I've already clicked on. Then from there we'll wait for it to open, and from here also I can get it from Excel workbook, and also get it from text/CSV, also from any other format that I have my data set. And also I can click on the file. Clicking on the file also give me the first 5 or first 7 where I can use. So I'm going to click Microsoft Excel, and I'm going to already connect. Then it will take me to where my data was being stored, and I have my data in the download, and I'm going to click on the accident data, and I'm going to click opened. Then from there we wait for it to connect to our Power BI. Then from there we start our ride properly, because that is the first step of what we need to do. Now already we have the navigator opened, and what we actually need is the data. So we are going to click on the data, and we see we just have to wait for it to finally fully opened. Then I scroll to the right for me to see if the column actually correct or complete rather, which is true. Everything about the column were completed. So the next thing I'm going to do is I will decide, do I want to load this data straight to the data model, or I want to transform the data. What I normally do is I'm going to click on the transform. I'm going to transform the data, and this is going to take me to the Power Query editor. From the Power Query Editor, this is where we are going to be clean our data if we have a dirty data or unclean data, or peradventure probably we have some adjustment that we would like to do on our data. This is the proper place to do it. Then I have the Power Query opened already. I'm going to also scroll to the right. I'm also going to check if everything is complete. Then the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go to view. I'm going to click on the view. Then I will click on the column quality, because I actually want to see the quality, how quality have those columns. So that is the purpose of doing that. As you can see, we have valid 100%, we have error 0, we have empty 0, we have 100% valid, empty 0, except this is the only place that I think already, which is the vehicle type is complete, except for the weather condition. For the weather condition, we have empty, which is just 1, so we can just overload that. That will not affect our analysis, because if the data is not well cleaned, we are not going to have an accurate and a better analysis. That is why we have to make sure that our data are well cleaned. Since everything is good, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check the data type. You can come back to the home, go to the transform. From the transform, you can see this is the data, detect the data type. Already I have everything in the right format. I have the month as a text, I have the year as a whole number, and I have the week, the day of week as a text. So everything is fine. Then the next thing I'm going to do, I will go back to view. From the view, I'm going to uncheck the quality column because I don't need it anymore. Then I will go back to home. From the home, I'm going to click close and apply. Clicking the close and apply, this will take us to the data model. You know, when we upload our data, we were connected to the Power BI, and Power BI asks us which of those data are we going to use, and I take the one that we need. Then from the one that we need, it asks, do we really want to load this data or we want to transform this data? If I click on the load, it will load directly to the data model, where we are going to be visualizing our data and going to be doing some calculation, creating our mail. But once I click on transform, the transform will take me to the Power Query in case I want to transform my data. Probably I have something to do, clean, conditional formatting, whatever I want to do. This is the right place to do it. So since we are done with that already, the next thing we are going to do, we are going to close and apply. Close and apply will take us now to the data model, which is what we are next to do. So already this is our data model, and we are waiting for our data to arrive here. Then after that, we are going to create our mail, because we have to create our mail. First of all, I will always advise you, as a data analyst or as a business analyst, always make sure you go through your data very well and you know the type of data you have before uploading it either to Power BI or either using it as a Microsoft dashboard. Probably you want to analyze the data on your Microsoft. Check your data very well. So once you are familiar with your data, I think 10 to 20% of the problem is actually solved, because already you know what the data contains. Already you know what you need to do. You know each column and you know what each column contains. These are the main steps in analyzing your data and also achieving the best result as a data analyst. So we wait for this to fully load. Then from there we can pick up from where we actually stop. I think in the next 2 minutes or thereabouts, we will have it fully loaded. So this is our data already. We have our data fully loaded, so we can see this is all what we have. The next thing we are going to do is we are going to give our dashboard a name, and which we are going to save. For the first time, we go to file, from file, save as. Then from save as, we browse this device where I want it to be saved, and I'm going to save it in my download folder, and I'm going to make it accident data dashboard. Accident data dashboard. So that is what I'm going to name it, and I'm going to click save. So once we are done with that, the next thing we do is we are going to create our mail, because we need to do some calculation. There is some calculation that we can't use directly. I'm going to be teaching you this, and you are going to be seeing for yourself. Then we'll come down here and we are going to name this a report. We don't want to leave it as a page one, so we'll make it report, and we click enter. Then from there we come back to enter data. This is where we want our mail to be, so we are going to click on enter data. Then we allow it to open. Then once it opens, we'll give it a name. The name said table, so we are not giving it a name table, we are giving it a name mail. So that is what we are going to do, and we are just going to click OK. That is the only thing we have to do here. Then we are going to click load. Then once it loads, it appears here. Then the next thing is we start to create our mail. So we wait for it in a minute. Then we have it done already. We have it here. Then the first thing we are going to do is we are going to come to the mail and look at the three dots here. From the three dots, you are going to click, then go to new mail, and we are going to create a new mail. We can actually create it from the top as well here, but I just want to teach you some steps. And what we are going to do is I'm going to zoom this out for you to see. So, and I'm going to name it. The name we are going to pick is total casualty. So we are having a total casualty. And which is going to, something happened there, don't worry, I will have it back. So I think it was deleted. So we have it as a new mail. Go to new mail, and we are going to name it total casualty. These are the total casualties. So we are going to have sum. That is the first thing we are going to use, sum. And when you click on this sum, you can see the column name. The column name, that is just, we want to sum the total of our casualty. So we have the number of casualty here. Then we are going to close it back, and we are going to click enter. So we already have the total number of casualty. Now, the next thing we are going to create, I'm going to bring out something for you to see so that you'll be able to understand what I'm actually doing. So I'm going to make a table here, and I'm going to bring the table out. This is the table, and I'm going to put there. Now, before putting the total casualty, I will go to the accident severity, and I'm going to click on it. So we want to see. So we have a factor accident, we have a serious accident, and we have a slight accident. Then the next thing I'm going to put the casualty, the total casualty. Now, we have a total casualty of 417,000, and we have 808 83. Probably let me just put a comma there for us to actually see what we have. So we have it there already, and let's see. Now, when you check it one after the other, I'm going to bring this down because we are going to be creating a measure on both this, on each of these. So for you to actually see what we have to do here. Now we have, this is accident severity, then we have factor, then we have serious, then we have slight accidents. So these are the how serious the accident is. So we have the factor one, then we have a serious accident, then we have a slightly serious accident, or just a slight accident. Then the first thing is we want to extract this. We want to have this individual as a KPI. And how can we do that? You know, in the case of the total casualty, we have our total casualty already. Let me come down here. We have our number of casualty. You can see is already a number. So this was actually easier for us to create, just a sum. But now we want to extract each sum from this accident severity. So what are we going to do? We are going to create another measure. Then we come back to our new, our measure. Then you create, click on these three dots, then go to new measure. Then from the new measure, we are going to use a calculation. We want to calculate inch. Then I'm going to just show you how this is being done. Then we move on from there. So we allow it to open, is open. Then I'm going to name it. First of all, I'm going to pick the first one, which is the factor. Then we have the factor accident, and I'm going to make it equal to calculate. I'm going to make it, what is the expression that we need? We need our total. We need our total casualty. And then what next do we need? Filter, because we want to extract this out. We need a filter. So what do we need the filter for? We want to extract the factor, the serious, and the slightly. So which column are we going to use? Now we are going to use our accident severity, which is this. Then we are going to make it equal to factor, equal to factor. Then we close it. Then we click OK. Then I'm going to use a card to show you that we actually got the right answer. So I'm going to leave this one here, and I'm going to pick a card. This is a card, and I'm going to bring the card very close here, and I'm going to reduce the card as well, and I'm going to put it here, and I'm going to click on the factor for us to see. So you can see we have 7,135. We have 7,135. So this is the first step we are going to use. And this is how we are going to extract the other two. So we go back to, no, not this. We go back to the factor, accident. Then we are going to copy this. That is just the only thing we need to do. So we are going to copy this, and we are going to reuse it for the other two. So we come back to our measure. Then we click on these three dots, and we go to new measure. We are just going to paste and just change the name. That is all that we have to do. So let's wait for it, and let's see. We are waiting for it to open. Then I'm just going to remove this. I'm going to paste. Then I'm going to change this from factor, and I'm going to make it serious. This is serious accident. Then I'm also going to change this also to serious. Make sure the name you are using, especially the spelling and the letters, either capital letter or small letters, they are very correct. Otherwise, you won't get the right answer for that. So we have that already, and I'm going to use a card for that. Probably let me put a comma here for us to actually see what we are doing. Then the next thing is I'm going to click out of this. Then I'm going to pick a card. I can actually copy this and reuse. So I'm going to pick a card. I'm going to reduce the card and I'm going to put it closer here. And I'm going to click on serious. So you see in the serious we have 59,000. What am I going to do? I'm going to do something for you to actually see. We don't want to have it this way. I'm going to format. And from the format, I go to call out number. I go to display unit, make it none. So we have 59,312. We have 59,312. These are the right thing to do. Then we come back here. Let me just remove. And so that can we have the name. So I come back here, either this or this. I can just pick any one of them and I'm just going to copy. I'm going to copy again, then I'm going to create a new mail for this. Then I'm going to make a new mail. I'm just going to copy and paste. That is all. Let's wait. Then we have it opened. I'm going to copy it and paste. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just change the name. Just make it slight. Since it's a slight accident, so we just change the name to slight as well. Then we click enter. Then we want to see if we are actually going to get there. Right answer, which I believe we should get. So we have this here. Then I'm just going to copy this instead of using a new one. I'm going to click on this. I'm going to copy and I'm going to paste. And I'm going to bring it down here. And I'm going to remove it from the serious. Then I'm going to put a slide. So we have 351,436. When you add everything together, it's give you 822 of the total casualty that we have. So we can actually remove all this. We don't want it anymore. When we need it, we come back to it. So the next thing we are going to do is we are going to create the percentage. We want to know the percentage of factor accident. Also, we want to know the percentage of serious and the percentage of as well as the percentage of slight something. Then what are we going to do? We are just going to make a division. We are going to divide. We come back to our new mail, then go to our mail, then go to new mail. You click the three dots and it will take you to the new mail where we are going to create a percentage of total factor accident. So we are going to have this as percentage of factor and it's going to give us equal to, so we are going to divide our factor accidents by, we are going to divide it by the total casualty. We can actually do it this way, and as well we can actually use divide. So probably let's use divide for you to really understand what we're actually doing. So I'm going to make it divide. So I'm going to have this, and since we are using divide, we don't have to put this in between. If we are not using this, then we can put this in between. But since we are using divide, we remove this. We just put a comma. Then we are going to use our total casualty. Then we are going to come on and we're going to put 0. The reason why we are putting 0 is in case if there's any missing number, if there's any error, just give us a 0, return 0 instead of returning empty in that case. So we have, okay, then the next thing is we are just going to copy this and reuse it for the remaining 2. Then I'm going to make it a percentage. Then we copy this again. Let me wait if it's still loading. Oh, this is not giving us a percentage. This is giving us 5. Don't worry, we just have to change the name to percentage. So we have it like that. Then we'll just have to click enter. Then we copy. Then we have to reuse it. So instead of us typing afresh, so this will save us a lot of time. So we have this. So we copy this. Already we know the name we are going to use. So we come back to mail. Then we come to the three dot here to the new mail. You can see the purpose of creating a mail now, because if we really want to extract this out to use it as a KPI, there is no how we can do it without using a mail. So we paste and we are going to change it to percentage. Percentage of what? Of serious. Percentage of serious, and we are going to divide the serious. Just make it the serious. We are going to divide by the total casualty, and we are going to click enter, and we also wait for it to. So already we have it, and we put the percentage to display as percentage, because if we don't click here, it will not display as a percentage. When you check here, we see format percentage, otherwise it's just going to give us a normal number or something. So we copy this and we come down to our mail, and we have our new mail. Then we paste again. So the next thing is we have to go to another. So we post this, then we change it to we change it to slides. Then we have slides. Then we also change this to slides. Then we click enter. Then we are done with this. Now the next thing we are going to create is this. So we have the first set of mail that we have already created. So the next thing we are going to do is this. When we check casualty by vehicle type, so I'm going to remove this, and I'm going to remove the accident severity. Then I'm going to put vehicle type. So let's go to the vehicle type, and let's see. We have vehicle type, and you can see we have a lot of the vehicle type here. Now we can't just, in the first one I did, I use a cluster column chart to visualize it, but as we can actually reduce this to probably like 3 or 4, we can actually add this together. And how can we do that? We can use conditional formatting, or conditional column rather. So I'm going to put this one here. So you can see, let me draw this here a bit. And I'm going to, we have the total casualty already. So you can see we have, I'm going to remove the total casualty, and I'm going to put it back because I want it to come to the right. So the total casualty now. So you can see we have agricultural vehicle. This is vehicle type by casualty. We have agricultural vehicle, we have 1032. We have car, we have different one, but we want to merge all these things together, and we want to make it like 4. So what are we going to do? What should we really want to do is anything like the car, and we come back to taxi. What we have to do is to make it a car. Anything like motorcycle, we are going to make it a motorcycle. Then anything that contain van, that contain any other things, we make it a van. And anything that contains like riding horse, powder circle, we can just make it order. So these are the things we have to do. So first of all, let's save our work. We have not really saved our work since we started. Then the next thing we are going to do is you just have to click transform. So we are waiting for it to save, I think. So we have to, I want to click out of here. So we go to transform. So click on transform data. This will take us back to the Power Query editor. So from the Power Query editor, we are going to create a conditional column. From here, we move to, let's go to add column, and let's go to conditional column. Then from the conditional column, before the conditional column, I think I have to, okay, I'll wait for the conditional column to open. We're still waiting. So now we have the conditional column. Now I can actually remove this, and okay, we don't have to remove this. So we are going to name this vehicle type. Remember, we have a vehicle type already, but don't worry, what we are going to use is we are going to put it this way, vehicle type, so we'll be able to use the name. Then now the column name, we go to the column which is the vehicle type. We are going to make, if the vehicle type equal to taxi, if the vehicle type equal to taxi slash, because these are the names that we are having, and these are the names that we are going to use in order for us to get the right something. So otherwise we may not really achieve the best something that we really have to achieve. Otherwise we may not really get the accurate. So if contain taxi, these are the names used, contain taxi slash private hire car, then we are going to make it car. We want to categorize it as car. Then we come to additional colors, and we are going to make if vehicle type, let's scroll down, if vehicle type equal to car, because already we have car there. If vehicle type equal to car, and we are also going to make it car, so we want to put it in the category of car. Then we are going to another clause, and we are going to make if vehicle type. Now we are not going to use equal to. If vehicle type contains, let's look for contains. If vehicle type contains, and what does the vehicle type contains? If it contains motorcycle. If it contains motorcycle, then we are going to make it motorcycle. So anything about motorcycle, as long as it contains motorcycle, so we are going to make it motorcycle. So that is what we are going to use, motorcycle, so that we'll be able to get the correct name. Then we are going to add another conditional format and another conditional column, and if it contains van, because anything van and anything goods, so this is what we want to make as van. So is that van, either goods, anything that contains. So we are going to use this also. We're going to our conditional column equal to contains. We want to use contains. If it contains anything van, as long as it contains a van, what we want to make is we want to make it a van. We want to put it in the category of van. And another thing we are going to do is we are going to add another conditional column, and we are going to use vehicle type contains goods. Then we are going to make it a van also. Then we have that. Then we are going to add another conditional, another clause, and I'm going to check, because we have some van that are big, we have some vans that are small. Then we go to bus. Now if it contains anything bus, either mini bus, either big bus, whatever it is, we are going to make it a bus. So we are going to make it this if it contains vehicle type contains anything boss, and we are going to make it boss. Going to make it boss. So the next thing is, already we are combining these two now, because we have van slash any other thing, we have goods slash any other thing, then we have motorcycle of different type. We want to combine it to be. So already we have this and this to be 1. So we are having this is and this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. Then we having boss, which is 4. Then we are going to probably, let me check one more. Then we have to use another thing that we have. We have agricultural vehicle. We have agricultural vehicle which we have to include in our list. So we don't want to make agricultural vehicle, we don't want to categorize it as any other. So we don't want to put it in any other. So what should we do? We are going to just put agricultural vehicle also in a single maze, so that we have that already, instead of then every other one. Then we have every other one to be, we are going to have every other one to be in order. So that is what we are going to do. Agricultural vehicles, so we have another clause here, we had another clause, then we have this contains or equal to this. Since it's just a single one, then we are going to make it equal to agriculture vehicle. I have to check the spelling if it's correct, so that otherwise we are not going to get the main result that we need. So that every of our effort will not be in futility. So we're going to check agriculture vehicle. The spelling have to be accurate. Otherwise, when the is not accurate, we are not going to. So agricultural vehicle with small letters. So we have agricultural vehicle with small letter V. So we're having this agricultural vehicle with small letter V. Then any other ones, we are going to categorize it as others. So agricultural vehicle contain, then we also make see if it contain agricultural vehicle, then we also make it agricultural vehicle. Then any other one, we are going to categorize them as others. So we click OK. And let's return back to our data module and let's see if everything is actually the way we want it to be. So we can say we have car, we have motorcycle. For us to see, we have to go back home. Let's close and apply, and let's come down here. So we are going to put our new column here. Let's wait for it to fully load. Then the new one that we create, then we are going to put it beside it. So we want to actually see something. Let's see if we actually did the right things or not, or we have another table. We can just copy this and reuse it. So we want to check if what we actually created is the right thing. So let's copy this. Let's just have this copied. Let's copy this. And let's paste it closer to this. And I'm going to reduce a bit. So the only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the vehicle type of this. Remember, we have two vehicle type now. Then I'm going to add the vehicle type of this. And I'm going to remove this first and I'm going to put it back. Then go back to this and I'm going to put it back. So you can see we still have a total of 417,883. 417,883. So we have agricultural vehicle, we have 1,030 something. Let me remove the format here so you can see. Where is the agricultural vehicle? You can see we have the agricultural vehicle here. Then we have all the boxes. We have it to be, we sum everything together. That's what we did. We have 11,710. Then we have the car. We have 33,485. Then we have motorcycle as the 333,000, pardon. Then for the motorcycle, we have 33,672. Then others, we have 4,500. What are the others? In the others, we have something like, already this motorcycle, we've already added this together to give us the motorcycle that we actually have here. Then the next thing we did, these goods and the van, we've already added everything together to be the van. So we're having it here. Then the next thing we are having is I think, let me just, maybe it's something. It's okay. Now we are having riding horse, we are having powder circle, we are having other vehicle. All those things I've already added them together to be others. Then the bus, we have minibus. Then we have any other bus that we have, I categorize it to be a single bus. So that is where we are having that, and that is what we actually want to achieve. So I'm not going to create a mail for this. We are just going to visualize it that way. Initially, I should be able to create, a casualty by this, we have this, but we are not going to show it as a KPIs. We're actually going to show it as a chart. So the purpose of creating this is because we don't want to have too much. We don't want to make it cumbersome in one chart. So we can actually see 4, 5, and this is the vehicle type. So that is the purpose of what we want to achieve. So this, I'm not going to remove it. I'm still going to use it. So let me just put it somewhere around here. I'm going to reduce it because we are still coming to use it as a chart. So the first thing we are going to do is we are going to put out our KPIs. Then I'll bring this here, and I'm not going to delete it as well. So I'm going to just make it this somehow around there, and I'm going to reduce it a bit. Then the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to remove slides. No, I can as well use it that way. I'm not going to remove it. Then the next thing is we go to formatting. Then we are going to remove the background. The reason why is because we are removing the background is because we are going to put our home background. Then I'm going to use a visual shadow. I'm going to use that. Then I'm going to make it this time around. I'm going to make it centered. I want to center it, and let me click out and see exactly. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come here and I'm going to make it 20% darker. I don't really want it to be so dark. Exactly, that's good. Then we come back here. Then we go to call out label. We don't need it because we are going to put our own title. Then I will go to the title and I'm going to switch it on. Just look at this title. I'm going to switch it on. Then I'm going to put slide. That is just the other things I'm going to do. I'm going to make a slide. Then I will just scroll down. You can scroll down. Then I'm going to horizontal alignment. I'm going to make it centered. Then the next thing is I will go to the colored value. I want to reduce it, and I'm going to change the font. I'm going to use Secure UI bold, and I'm going to make it 20. And let me see exactly. That is good. And then what next am I going to do? I think that is what we need to do for now. I'm just coming down here. I'm going to just a bit. Then the next thing I'm going to do, I think, let me just try to change the font for the title. The title, let's use the font. Let's use the same font that we use, and I'm going to make it 13. Let me see 13. Let me see 12. Let me make it 13. Then we are done with this. So I'm just going to copy this and I'm going to paste it 4 places. Already 3 places. That is what we are going to use. Already we have 1. Then I will copy 1, 2, 3. So that is 4. So I have the first one. I have the first one. I have the second one. Then I have the third one. So I can just make the first one. I'm going to remove the slides and I'm going to make it tutu. So this is the tutu. Then I'm going to change the title. We go to the title. Then we're going to make it a tutu casualty. Tutu casualty. Then I'm going to have this. Then here I'm going to click out of it. Then I'm going to make it factor. Then I will change it. Let me go to this and also do it the same way I did the remaining other ones. So we have it here. Then the next thing is I'm going to change the title. Let's wait a bit. I think it's almost done. Then I'm going to change the title and I'm going to make the title factor. And then the next thing is I'm going to check on this and I'm going to remove this and I'm going to make it serious. Serious. So we have it as serious. And I'm going to change the title also and I'm going to make it serious. So these are just the simple things we just have to do. Then we have that already. Then the next thing is I'm going to include the percentage. So we have this already, so we don't have to change anything here. So we have this, then we have this. I can just try to draw it down a single. So that because when adding the percentage, we'll be able to. Then I'm having this also. Let me just try to have this way. Let me just try to have this way also. Then I'm having this as this. So the first thing I'm going to copy this. Actually, let me just pick anyone because already I don't want to use a border. I'm going to pick a new card and I'm just going to reduce it to the minimum. Then I'm coming down here, then I'm going to put the percentage. Then we have the percentage. This is the percentage of factor. Then I'm not going to use a title, no background, no title, no call out label. And I'm going to reduce this to the maximum of 15. Good. Maximum of 15. Then the next thing is I'm going to change the color. So I'm going to change the color to red. I'm going to use this color. Let me see. Let me check the second one. I need something deep. So I'm going to, let me use the first one that I used. Oh, that one is much better. Let me see. Much better. So this is much better. And I'm going to reduce this a bit. And let me still reduce it. Let me still reduce it a bit. And let me try to, let me put it here and let's see. I still don't want it so big. So we want it this way. Everybody can see this way. So we have this here. and let me check it out. And then so we have this, so we can just have this here. Then we are going to copy and I'm going to paste because I'm going to use it for the second one. So I'm going to copy also, I'm going to paste, and I'm going to put this one here. So the only thing I'm going to change, I'm going to change from filter and I'm going to make it serious. Then the next thing is I'm going to change this also from filter and I'm going to make it slide. Though we didn't change this to percentage, so we can just go back and change this. Now make it a percentage. So we have that already. So the next thing is we are just going to add them to it. Then we let's wait for it to fully, yeah, this is done. So we have it. Still waiting. I think this is done now. So we have this here. Then we are going to put this somewhere here. Then we are going to put this somewhere here as well. Let me see if, then the next thing is I'm going to group. I'm going to group it together. Then I'm going to format. From the format, go to group. Then I'm going to group. So that whenever I move, this will be able to go along. So that is the purpose of doing that. Then I will also come back to this. Then I'm going to click on this. I'm going to hold my control key. Then I'm also going to click on this. Then I'm going to format, group. Then I'm going to group them together as well. So this is group. So we can easily move this around as before. Then the third one is I'm going to click on this and I'm going to hold my control key. Then I'm going to click on this as well. Then I'm going to format, group. Then I'm going to group them together. So we are done with the KPI. So that is what we actually need. So this, we are coming to this. The first chart we are going to use is we are going to use our line chart. So we want to see casualty by month and year. So we are picking this. We are picking this. So we are going to move this down. I'm still coming to use it. So the next thing is we go to our month. We have the month already. We are going to click on the month. Then we are going to, now, before we click on the total casualty, I want us to remove this. We don't need this column. Remove it. Just delete from it. Yes, delete. So we want it up. So we want to move it up. That is one of the purpose of doing it. And also we don't actually need that column. It's not useful there. So we have to remove it. So let's wait and let's see. Already we have it here. So I'm going to click on total casualty. So you can see we have our total casualty. Then I'm going to accident date. You can see we have date hierarchy and I'm going to pick the year. And I'm going to put the year in the legend. So we have it that way. Then we have July, everything. Then I'm going to sort. Let's go to sort. You can see the sort is already, so it's not already, it's not sorted. So we are going to, it's sorted by legend. So I want us to sort it by month. So we click on month. Then let's go back again and let's make it descending. And let's see. So that means we still have to create another conditional formatting, conditional column. So let me take it back to ascending and let me see. We have August, we have January. So the next thing we are going to do is, let's save this work. Then we are going to create another conditional column. So we wait because we have to sort this out. And let's go to our transform. We go to the transform. Then we go to conditional. Remember, we have January, February, March, April, May, June, July. So we are just going to name them. January is going to be 1, February is going to be 2, and March is going to be 3. This is how we are going to do them. So we look for the month. So we have the month already here. So we click on the month. Then we go to add column. Then we go to conditional column. And let's wait for the conditional column to open. Now we are going to make it month. Month. Because I put helps, so we are going to make it. Then we go to the month. Let's look for the month. When the month equal to January, when the month equal to January, we make it 1. Another clause. And when the month equal to February, when equal to February, we make it 2. Another clause till we get to equal to March, then we make it 3. Another clause, the month, just the month, equal to April, then we make it 4. Then another clause, the month equal to May, then we make it 5. Another clause, the month equal to June, then we make it 6. Then we have the month equal to July, then we make it 7. Then we have the month equal to August, then we have it as 8. Then we have the month equal to, we can actually create month number rather than doing this. So there are so many ways to do this. We can actually create a month number, but I decided to use a conditional column to this. So we have September. So there's so many ways to do it. So we have 9. Then we have the 10th month, the month equal to October. Then we have it 10. The 10th month, October, is going to be 10. Then we have the last one, which is going to be when the month equal to November. Then we are going to make it 11. Then another clause, we just make it any other one. I'm going to make it 12. So we click OK. So we believe this should be done. So we have 1, 1, 1, 1. We have 2, 2, 2. we have 3, we have 4, we have 5. So we go back to our home, then we close and apply. Then the next thing we do is, let's wait. After it has fully loaded, then we go to our table. From the table, then we are going to sort. Then everything should be fine with this. We have some minutes more to do that. Then let's go to the table view. From the table view, we go to our data, and let's go to the month. We have the month. This is the month. So we click on the month, then we go to sort column, then we want to sort by month. Otherwise, I will have make it month number, but let's sort it by month. Then we have January, February, March, April. And let's wait. Then after that, we go back to the chart and see if everything is fully sorted. And we continue our visualization from there. Let's go back to the report view. Then from the report view, we want to, this is January, this is February, this is March, this is April. Then do you know what we are going to do? We are just going to remove this, and we are just going to put this. So we have January, February, March, April. So instead of us creating that, we shouldn't have, but notwithstanding, then we are going to format. Then we go to the background. We don't need it. We'll remove the background. Then we go to visual. Then we are going to make it center. That is what we need. Then we are going to change the color to something of this nature. Then the next thing is we are going to let's have this. Let's move down and let's change the titles to Casualty by month and year. So we have that, and let's make it center. The next thing we are going to do, we go to legend. Before then, let's go to the x-axis and the y-axis. From the x-axis, we don't need the title. The title is just the month name. Then we need the value, so we leave it. Then the legend, we don't need the title of the legend, so we can just remove the title of the legend. Let's switch off the title. Then the next thing we are going to do, we go to our y-axis. And from the y-axis, we don't need, I think, both the title, and let's just remove the title alone and let's leave the value. The grid line, let's go to the grid line. We don't need the grid line. We'll remove the grid. So we remove that. The next thing we are going to do is we go to the marker. I want us to put a marker, but we are not going to use a data label, because using a data label, everything will be cumbersome, you can see. So I don't actually want us to use a data label, but let's use a marker. Let's come down to the marker and let's try to switch on the marker. Then we can just increase it to like, okay, that is good. Then the next thing is, which I think we can use, but not necessarily use it, the shade area. When we decide to use the shade area, this is how the shade area look like, so we can see. So this is October 2021. We have 10,119 casualty. Then in 2022 we have 18,287 casualty. So let's leave it with the shade area. I think we can use it with the shade area. So we don't have to put a detail label because everything will be too cumbersome. So the next thing we are going to do is this. We are going to come to this. I told you already that we are going to use this. So we just come back here. Then we change it to stack bar chart. Exactly. So that is why I said we're not going to remove it. So we change it to stack bar chart and it's going to be casualty by vehicle type. So we can just go to the title straight and just change it to casualty by vehicle type and we make it centered. Then the next thing is we go to x-axis. This is our y-axis. We need a value. Then we don't actually need the title. This is the title, so we don't need it. Then we go to the x-axis. To the x-axis, we don't need both the value and the title. We don't want it. Then the next thing we are going to do is we are going to attach data label. And we are going to go to value on the data label. From the value, I want us to go to display unit and make it none. I want to see none. Then the next thing we are going to do is we are going to position, and then we are going to look at the position here. Then we are going to make it outside hand. So we have it exactly what we want. So this is it. And this is what we are looking for. Exactly as I said we are going to use. Then we'll go back to our shadow. We are going to use a shadow. And let's make it 20% darker. And we are going to make it center. So that is done already about this. So we are going to copy this and we are going to use it in the other two ways. So we copy this. Let's copy and let's paste. And we are going to change this to, we are going to change it to casualty by road type. So we have total already. And let's leave the vehicle type and let's go to the road type. This is the road type and we're having it as the road type. The only thing we just have to do, we change the title, nothing more. Then we have casualty by road type. This time around, not vehicle type, we have road type. Casualty by road type. Then we are going to, let me move this up a bit. And let's see if everything is fine about it. Yeah, we are going to copy this. And we are going to paste. So we can just move this here. We can just bring this somewhere here. Then from here, already we have casualty by road type and we need casualty by accident severity. So we are going to remove the road type and we are going to use accident severity. So we are having this. So we have slight, fatal. So this is exactly what we are going to make it to be. And when you check it, we are having the same figure, the same number here. So we are going to change the title. Remember to do that. Please, if you find this video interesting, please subscribe to this channel. Please like, please share. By casualty by accident. Let me just make it severity. Let me just leave accident. Let me just try to happiness. So we have that already. So the next thing we are going to do, we need casualty by road surface condition. By road surface condition. And in the case of this road surface condition, we should also create a condition column for it. But we can actually use it decimal like that without creating a conditional column. Then we go to our tree map. Let's pick the tree map and let's bring the tree map down. Then we are going to have the tree map. Then we are going to have the total casualty. Then we are going to have it by road condition, road surface condition. So let's look for the road surface condition. This is the road surface condition. Now we're having it this way. This is the road surface condition. We have dry, we have wet or damp. So you can see this is dry. And we have 279,445. Then the first thing we are going to do is we don't need the background. We remove the background. You can actually expand this and put it somewhere. We don't need the background, but we're still going to put the shadow. Now we change the color to 20% darker. Then we are going to make it center. Then we go to the title. The title, we are going to make it casualty by road surface condition. That is good with that. Then we are going to make it center. Then we add a data label to it. So we have it. Then we only have two things more to do. Then we have everything sorted out. I don't want us to make this in 1000. I want us to have the actual number. So let me click on it. And let's go to our data. No, we are not trying to filter anything out here. So let's make it so let's go to our data label, display unit, and let's make it none. Exactly, that is what we want. So we have this checkout. Then we can just put somewhere around here. Then the next thing is we want to see the casualty by light condition, casualty by urban / rural area. And doing that, we can actually use any other thing. You can either use pie chart or we can actually use donor chart. But I think we can just use donor chart for one and use pie chart for one. Always try to check out from here before you pick another chart, otherwise it will replace it. Then we are going to pick our total casualty. Then the next thing we are going to pick is our light condition. Let's look for the light condition. This is the light condition, and that is what we are going to use. So we have the light condition, we have dark, we have so many, and we can actually create a conditional column for this. But we can also use it the same way, because we can just group darkness, darkness, light, darkness, light, darkness, light, and we can just make it just two. So anything that relates to anything that contains darkness, we are just going to make it darkness. So let's go to our conditional column. So let's come to our transform. This is how to learn, and this is how you have to do the actual things and when you are analyzing the data in order for you to get the actual result. So we wait for it to open. Then we go to our casualty by light condition. Then after that, we just go to our conditional column. Let's look for the light condition. Let's draw. This is the light condition. You can just click on the light condition, and let's go to add column, the conditional column. So we just want to make anything that represents darkness, light. We're just going to make it 1. Then we're going to make daylight 1. So what are we going to do? We're going to make, let's name this, and let's also name it light condition. Light condition. I think we have no. So we are naming it light condition. Let's name this light condition, and we are having our light condition column. Let's look for the light condition column. This is light condition column. Light condition column contains, we want to use the word contains. If it contains darkness, if it contains darkness, then we want to make it darkness. That is just what we want to do, and that's how. We don't want any other things apart from that. So let's just click OK, and let's see. No, darkness. Otherwise, let's click on it. Any other ones, we are going to make it light. So let's edit our conditional column, and let's wait. Then we have not null. Then we have the other one should be daylight. Then any other one should be daylight. Not actually darkness and daylight. And we have this should be double S, I think. Then daylight, and let's see it again. So darkness, daylight, darkness, daylight, darkness, daylight, darkness, daylight, darkness, daylight, darkness, daylight. That is actually what we need. Let's wait. Light conditions go to. So let's edit. Light condition. Then we are going to change this to a text. Not just. Then we have everything perfectly done. Then the next thing is we move back. Let's go to home and let's close and apply. Then we're not going to use this. We use the new one that we just created. Let's wait for it to load, and we have our light condition. And let's wait for it to load. Then we are waiting. Then we change it from the former one that we used, then we put the new one that we created. So we have our unique way of creating it. So everything is loaded now. So we remove this from it and we look for the new one that we create. So where's our condition? The new light condition. Then we'll put the new light condition. You can see we have day, then we have night. Let's go to background. We don't want the background, and we want our visual border, and we are going to change the color to this, and we are going to center it. Want it centered. Then let's go to the legend and the data label. First of all, let's go to the data label, We don't want, I want us to use all detail, and then I don't want us to use 8000. Let's go to display units. Let's put it as none, and let's see exactly. We don't want to. Then the next thing we are going to do, let's go to the legend. Let's draw up. We should have the legend, and let's remove the legend. Then the next thing is we can actually change this color if we want, and we can actually leave it like that. Let's go to the slicer. This is the slicer. We can actually change the color to whatever we want. I think we can leave it that way, but in case you would like to change it, you can change it. Then the next thing we do is go to the title. Then we are going to have remove the total, and we are just going to have casualty by light condition. Then we are done. Then we are going to center it. Please remember to do that. Please, if you find this video interesting, please don't just watch it. Please subscribe to this channel and let's make it grow for others to enjoy. Then what are we going to do next is we are going to copy this. Copy, and I'm going to paste. And I'm going to pick something else here. Then I'm going to remove the light condition. Then I'm going to use urban/rural area. So let's look for the urban/rural area. And okay, this is what we want. Then already we have it. We have used vehicle type, we have used everything. So let's just bring this to where we can actually see it. Then the only thing we have to change here is just the title by rural area, not the light condition. Rural/urban. Then we are done. We can just close it. Let's close this. We don't need this for now. Let's close this. We don't need this. We come back to need this, and let's close this for now. When we need it, we open it. Then we are going to arrange our chart. This is actually too big. We are going to reduce it, but make sure that all the numbers are showing. Then we have this here. Then we have this here as well. Then bring this here. Then we can actually. Then we have this here. I want the whole number to be showing, so also make sure everything is showing by using this. So we can actually expand this a bit. Let me see if we can expand this. Let's expand. Oh, this way actually. Let's leave it that way, and let's expand this as well, because we want the whole number to be showing. So we have this here. Then we can just reduce this a bit, and let's know when we reduce it, some numbers will not be showing. So we want all the numbers. So we can just make this the same length with this. So we have it. Then the next thing we come down to here. Then we change this. We're actually not using anything. We're not using any filter. So let's move this. Let's just as well. Let's reduce this a bit. I want us to have everything in the same line. It's like this is too somehow short, so we can have this, and we don't want this to be too wide for this, so we're having this here. We can always readjust everything. So we have those ones there. Then the next thing is we are going to have our line. Let's bring this down. Then we are going to have the line here, and we are going to just make it this, and I'm going to December, January. That should be fine. That should be fine. And we are still going to find a way to reduce all this. Then this, we are going to pull this here, casualty by row type, casualty by T. We can make this here. Let's have a row type. Let's have row type and vehicle type. Let's have the vehicle type here, and let's have this here. We can actually reduce this, and let's have this reduced, which is good. We are having this here, and we can just expand a bit, make it longer, and we move this up. We move this up, and then let's also have this, and we have this. Then the next thing is we move this down, vehicle type, so we move this down, and let's reduce this, and we move it here. We have this, and we are going to straighten it, and we have this here. So that is what we have to do. Then the next thing is we just have this. We can just expand this somewhere around here. We can just expand this somewhere around here. Or the best come to the best, we can just have this two to be here, and let's move this up a bit, and we have this. We move this up a bit, then we have this here. So let's have it 3-3. I think that would be nice. So we have this, which is good. Then we have this up. So we can move this up a bit. We can just straight down. Then we can actually draw this down. So we can actually expand this to enjoy whatever we want it to enjoy. Then we draw this also, and this should be good this way. Then we can just move this down a bit, then we reduce, we expand it. Then we have this here. So everything is almost done. Then we are going to apply our background. But before we apply our background, I want us to adjust this. So let's reduce this a bit. We want this to be here. We want this to be here. So we have this. I want to reduce this because it's somehow too big for us. And we have this. No, we have this. And let's just have it this way. And let's see if everything is perfectly. then that means we still have to reduce, increase this back, because they have to be of the same length. They have to be of the same length. So we have this. We have this. And let's see if they have the same length. So we have to regroup this. Control, then we come to here. Or we click out first. Click on this. And this. Then we click on this. Then we go to group. Then we group. Then we move. We can actually reduce it or leave it that way. The next thing is we come to this. We pick this. We draw it here. And then we reduce it. We reduce the height. And let's see. We actually have to also increase it a bit, because it's like it's a bit too short for this. So we move it up. And I think we are good to go in that aspect. So we have everything ready. Then the next thing is we are going to apply our background. So let's go to, and we are going to upload a background. And I'm going to download, and I'm going to use 10, let me see, 5, 4, and I'm going to use 9. I'm going to check it a bit, and let me see if everything is perfectly. Oh, good. So we have this now. So definitely we have to remove the background of this. We have to remove the background of this. We have to remove the background of this as well. Then we have to move this up. Okay, we want this to be the same line with this. Then we want this to be the same line with this. The only thing left that I'm going to do, I'm going to change all the color to white. Then we are fine. So you can as well do it. I'm going to change it to white, and I'm going to pause the video. And this is the last one. And I'm going to, I pause the video, then I change it to white. Then this is the last one, which I'm going to change to white for you to see. So this is everything that we already have. Then we are going to put our title and our label. So I can just close this. Then I'm going to bring out this, and I'm going to use our slicer, and I'm going to put a slicer here. And for the slicer, I'm going to use input a slicer here. And let me change. Before then, let me just try to add a data. And the data we are going to use is, we are going to use day of the week. I'm going to make it drop down. Let me just go to format. And let me go to format. And let me make the slicer settings. Let's make it, okay, probably should we make it vertical title. Let's say title, and let me draw it. Fridays, Thursdays, Saturday. We're going to have a lot of days. So let's make it a drop down. It's better we make it a drop down. Otherwise we are using it this way. Let's make it a drop down. Not 8 test. Let's go back to slicer settings and let's make it a drop down. And let me remove the background. And let me go to the value and let me make it white. So we make it white. And let me go to the text as well. Slicer heading. And let me make it white for us to see. So this of the week, we want to see when the accident normally occur. So we can check this out and we'll leave it away. Then the next thing is we're going to put our title. Then we come back here, we have this, and we're going to have our accident. Accident casualties analysis. Then we just move it a bit to this side. Then we increase it to 16. Then we center it. We go to format. We don't want to put a background. Let's go to format. Let's go to no background, but let's put a shadow and let's use center as well. And let's use center and we come back here. Then we change the color to white. If that should be the case, I can just change the color here to white. Have the color as white. Then I increase the font and make it 16. And let's click out. And let's see. Then we collapse this. We collapse this. We collapse this as well. We have actually come to the end of this accident casualty analysis. Please, if you find this video useful, please, if you find this video interesting, please subscribe to this channel. Please like, please share, and please click the bell icon so that you'll be notified whenever I upload a video. So we are going to test our what are we going to call it? We are going to test our slicer now. So we are going to, so we have Friday. Then we are going to check it and let's see. So we can see the accident that we are having on Fridays. You can see accident that's coming up on Fridays. Then we go back, we remove this, then we go back to, what is this, Monday? We want to see if accidents really occur much on Monday. So definitely we have little accidents on Monday. So let's come back here and let me change this to white. Let me change it to black. And let's come back to formatting and let me format this. Let me format this. And let me go to slicer headings value, which is inside. I really want to make it, let's make it not white. Let me black. These are the values, otherwise we are going to make that way. So we click out and this is what we have. Then we come back to it. we want to see. We have Friday, Monday, Saturday, Sunday. Then we are going to be testing it one after the other. We want to see the days that the accidents really occur most. So we are going to have this, and we can as well have it as, let me see if we can have it back to, so that it will not cover anything here. Let me click out. Let me go to format, and let me make it, I don't want to make it a list, but we can just make it title. Let's make it a title, and let me draw it down a bit here. So we're having this. Then we come back here. We are having our title, we are having our values, we are having our slider settings. Let's go to property. Let me see. Dark wake format. And let me go to icon. Let me switch it off. Okay, let me switch it on. And let me make the color not white. Background. Let me make the background black. And let me make the border not white. The background icon. And let's see. Everything should be black by now. If not, so we still have to go back to it. And we still have to go back to property. We have the background, we have a border, white. Let me make the border as the black here. Then we have advanced option, response. We don't need responsive. We just have to make it black. Should we layout order? When we turn this off, so definitely we are going to have dark. And let's see if we are having it that way, will be good. Then the next thing is we come back here. So when you hover it, I think that is good. So when you hover it, it's actually give you white. So let's close it. Then we are going to have Friday. Look at it, casualty, 68,294. Let's uncheck this and let's go to Monday. On Monday, we have jump pad. Then let's try on Saturday. On Sunday, we have factor of this, we have serious, we have slight. On Thursday, then on Tuesday, on Wednesday. So you can see these are the days that the accident will occur. So let's click out of this. Let it happen back to the normal thing that we have. So we have everything perfectly ready now. The data set is going to be provided. I'm going to provide a data set so you can use the data set to follow along. And if you need the background also, you can just let me know. I'm going to provide the background as well for you to also use for your own. Once again, thank you for taking this wonderful ride with me. My name is Peter Analytics. Please subscribe to this channel and please share, please like this video. Thanks once again. See you. Bye.